Here we are, back for more What Are We Reading? It's me, Matt,
I'm Jeremy.
and behind the scenes,
I'm Adriana.
thanks for joining us again, everybody. It's good to see you on this. We're in Houston right now, and it is raining cats and dogs and still about 144 degrees outside. It's the most miserable time of year. Everybody's half out of their wits, and
So it sounds like it's perfect weather to be inside reading comic books.
amen. That's absolutely right.
Well, it's a good week to read some comics.
It really is a good week. Is this 4 of 5?
Yes. Now the flagship books, the pillars for this week, as usual, were a couple of the absolute books.
Yep.
Always awesome. So let's go ahead and get started with them because
Sure.
those are the books that I'm sure everyone's going to be reading anyway.
Yeah. I lost. Oh, there it is.
There
Let's
were,
talk. I don't know which one to talk about.
There were 2 absolute books this week.
Yep,
Wasn't there?
Absolute
Yeah.
Wonder Woman and Absolute Superman. And again, as always, when we're talking about Absolute books, the one I got in my hand is my favorite one. This time, it's Absolute Wonder Woman. This is the last part of. It's a very short little story they're doing. Friends and Neighbors,
A little two-parter.
Part 2 and 2, Friends and Neighbors. Here's the cover, just the A cover. If you tuned in for the last issue, Wonder Woman's mother has been abducted, and she is not having it. So this finishes up that storyline. I'm not going to tell you what happens. Lots of neat stuff in this issue. This is simply the most heroic book that I'm currently reading. It just every single thing about it says this is a superhero. I love it. I love all the ties with Greek stories, and the artwork is amazing. Everything about this is a perfect book. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This is my Diana. This is Wonder Woman to me.
And if people are in a Greek mythology mood right now with the Odyssey in theaters, this is the most Greek mythology comic out there.
Yeah. Lots of fun fan service again. I love this. Neat fan service for anybody who loves the DC stories.
And the giant berserk anime sword.
Hey.
I mean, there's something about a sword that has its own zip code.
Yeah.
That's
so cool.
That's awesome.
So cool. Tentacles for you people out there who like those. Those were the tentacles of Scylla, of famous Scylla and Charybdis. Boy, oh boy, I really love this book. It checks all the boxes for me, and I find myself just reading it over and over and over just to pick up the subtle little nuances of it. And I couldn't be more thrilled with this book right now.
Yeah, it's definitely one that will be selling in trade paperbacks for as long as DC is around.
Yes, absolutely. I was thinking, come on, Matt. I had a great thought about these books. Okay, no, I'll talk about more when we get to Absolute Superman, because I do have some more connecting tissue there between these books and the whole Absolute universe in general that I'd like to talk about. So let's just do it. Absolute Superman. This is issue 21. This was 22, by the way. It's one issue ahead. I think this one took.
Well, girls develop faster than boys.
Science. That is science.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolute Superman. This is issue number 21, and it also closes out they don't do the same story kind of things, but this does close out the current running storyline of the super battle that's going on between Superman and Black Adam and Hawkman and Steel, or the absolute version,
the equivalent
of those. Yeah. So there's a lot of slobber. It's just a big slobber knocker from start to finish, peppered with tons of good fan service and lots of stuff to just absolutely love. This one's real, got a sci-fi feel to it. This book does to me, in a certain sense, in a lot of senses, really. I like this. I love Superman, hardcore Superman fan my entire life, and I love this book. Now, the part I wanted to talk about, I'm sorry, I'm real jibber jabber.
Oh no, there's a lot of stuff to talk about on my pile too.
Okay, well I was thinking as I read this again. I read these again earlier this afternoon to be fresh in my mind. There's only I don't even want to say it, but there's one thing that I kind of think maybe people could possibly be turned off by this, and they are genuinely cramming 50 plus years of DC history into the 2 years that these books have been around. They're kind of picking and choosing a lot of the really cool stuff, and so fan service wise, they're amazing. Not going to tell you what happens in here, but obviously something cool happens in this book that made me go, ooh wee! and it's another big thing that is only on issue number 21, but they've done, years and years and years and years and years of the other Superman, the regular Superman, our Superman, of his history in this book. And it doesn't even feel forced. It's just an observation. I don't mind it at all. I love it, to be honest with you. I don't think these books are going to be here forever, sadly.
This is, from an editorial standpoint, the Absolute Universe was a spinoff of the Dark Knight's metal, Dark Knight's death metal, all that stuff that Snyder had been building. It's important to remember this Earth isn't supposed to exist.
Right.
This is a screwed up hell world created in the image of Darkseid.
Exactly. Everything about it is Darkseid.
And these are intended to be the generals and soldiers leading Darkseid's army against the mainstream DC universe.
Right.
Now, whether they're going to agree to that, that's another story altogether.
Exactly.
But
DC can have this idea for free when Absolute's ready to go and wrap up for its lifespan, and it's towards the end. We call it Absolute Crisis.
I almost did a spit take. DC, you can't have that for free. You owe her money, because I'm sure that they're going to do that.
yeah, at least a hot dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
One hot
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
My queen's got to eat, baby. This is a great book. Some amazing stuff happens in it, and it's just every week. Every week we got good stuff like this.
So, speaking of good stuff, this is a variant because we sold out of the basic cover A already.
Whoopsie.
The cover A has Mark Spector, Moon Knight, and his good buddy Blade teaming up.
I got to look that up.
It's an awesome cover. It's an awesome issue. You started talking about Wonder Woman and about how heroic it is. And there's a different heroism that we get in this issue of Moon Knight that I gotta make a point to shouting out because it really appealed to me. So, Mark Spector, Moon Knight, has gone to Clea, the Sorceress Supreme, for help.
I forgot she was a Sorceress Supreme.
Yeah, and she's starting she started in her own series recently after Doctor Strange died for a little bit.
That's cool.
So Clea is helping Moon Knight put together a new version of the Midnight Suns, but for a specific reason. It's because all the closest friends and loved ones of Moon Knight have been captured by a bad guy, so he's having to go and try to get people to help him to rescue his friends. Problem is, Moon Knight is a jerk. Moon Knight has burned every bridge he's ever come across.
Sorry about that, Moon Knight. He's absolutely right.
Yeah. Well, actually, Moon Knight is 4 different jerks because of his dissociative mental illness. But this issue, he's desperate for help. His friends, Tigra, who he's in love with, they've all been taken prisoner and are going to die without his help. He needs to get a team put together, but no one's going to trust him. So he has to go and make emotional appeals to people. So he goes to meet Robbie Reyes, the ghostwriter.
Did you know he was in this one, Adriana? I know he's one of your faves.
I had my mic was off.
Yeah.
I had no idea he was in here. He is most certainly my favorite.
And they have an amazing moment that boils down to this scene right here, where Mark's telling him, "I'm not here to ask your help in saving the world. I'm here to ask for your help saving my world." And Robbie's like, "Your family?" He's like, "Yep, I'm in. That's all it takes." And
that's why Robbie is one of my absolute favorites, is because he puts family first, and it's just he's so.
God, I love it when this is good writing. This is good writing when that kind of thing shows up over and over again. A lot of times writers just take a character and write whatever they want about using that character as a shill. This is so neat to see the actual Marvel Universe characters that we know and love acting the way we know that they should be acting.
Yeah, so this series has been written by Jed MacKay for the last 3 volumes.
Wow.
He also wrote the recent Blade story where Blade,
his daughter,
well, the one where Blade turned evil and was taken over and possessed by the demon who created all vampires in the Marvel Universe. So Moon Knight has recent history. He fought Blade when Blade was corrupted. Blade, when he was Avenger, fought Moon Knight when Moon Knight was taken over by Khonshu. Moon Knight fought Robbie back at that same time when Robbie was with the Avengers. So these are all people that have history and animosity and bad history. There's blood between all these characters.
But literally, I love this.
But
also on the next transition, you'll get this chance to see what the actual comic was.
Oh,
here.
cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, the cover A.
yeah, so yeah, it's Moon Knight squashing his beef with the people that he needs help from to save his friends and loved ones. But it's Moon Knight. There's still a little bit more to it than just that. There's some amazing, great heart-to-heart emotional moments in this, but Mark Spector is still a bad guy. He loves his friends, but keep reading until the last page.
Oh, I will.
What you got next, Matt?
I'm going to put those together. I'm going to do another one of my favorite Marvel books this week or this month, and a lot of stories within the books come to their conclusions this time, and this is the end of this current run, or this storyline, Killers from Space in the Uncanny X-Men, an amazing book from Gail Simone right now.
The Brood.
Exactly. The Brood are back, baby. I love the Brood so much. The very first X-Men I ever picked up was a Brood book, and I bought it at the wasn't even a comic book store, it was at a drugstore back when I was maybe 10. And the only comics I'd read up to that point were Marvel Star Wars stories, and then I saw this with the Brood on it, and it was very much the xenomorph looking monster from the movie Alien, and I had recently sneak watched Alien on a bootleg HBO account that one of my friends had. So I was kind of obsessed with it at the time, and I love it. I've loved the Brood ever since. Absolutely love the Brood, and the Brood are back.
Yeah, they're in the most recent episode of the X-Men '97 cartoon as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Everything you just said dated your age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your
Absolutely.
HBO account, sneaking off VHSs and
Yeah.
sneaking into the movies.
Yeah, it's all, that's absolutely the truth. That's why this book hits so well.
This book is filled with fantastic action, but that's a given. That's to be expected. What makes this a Gail Simone X-Men book is the characterization and the people's interactions with each other.
Yeah.
The emotional connections that Gambit and Rogue have with these kids that they've more or less adopted. It's hard to speak without spoilers, but as always, this book is about Rogue and Gambit and Wolverine, but it's really about Anna, Remy, and Logan, and that's why it works.
Yeah. If this storyline in this book itself is about the X-Men team, not the ones with the plane, it's the team that is helping mutant kids and giving them a safe place to learn about themselves, learn about how to safety and everything. It's the school again, and it's a classic traditional X-Men type stuff, and I love it.
Except they're not training them to be child soldiers like Charles Xavier did.
Exactly.
They're trying to protect them and give them an actual childhood, at least as much as possible.
And it is really super sweet. It's alarmingly sweet. This book hit me like a freight train in the emotions, because at the end of it, it is so wonderful and so sweet. It genuinely was bringing tears to my eyes. I love these kids, and there's a shout out to something that I really hope happens. I don't know if it's going to, but it's a really, really, really cool.
Is that?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, there is a scene past the staple that I just confirmed with Matt is what he was talking about.
Yep.
That made me very, very happy.
Yes,
as something that will carry forth a legacy in the X books, which I feel is desperately needed at the moment.
It's been a long time since new character. What's that? You okay? Oh, cool.
Oh.
Hi.
So
Rudy, yes, and we will get to that in a minute.
yes, if anyone read Terminal, and the Brood came out in the 80s.
Yep.
Just like Boy George.
George Michael waited till the 90s, I think.
We all
I'm not
knew.
positive.
We saw the
all did
Freedom
know.
video. We all knew.
We all did know. How did that? Boy, oh boy, that was a good video. Anyway.
Not as good as the video for Outside, though.
Oh,
That was the one right after he got busted in the.
Oopsie.
Yeah. So like they're in the they're like the rest stop.
Yeah.
And like the men's room urinals turn into disco balls, and everyone starts. Yeah. It's awesome.
Awkward. Anyway, this book is fantastic. It's really wonderful. It's been a long time. It's hard when a comic book introduces new characters anytime, and the X-Men does that a lot, and they're really good at it. And the new characters they've introduced in this book are spectacular, and I cannot wait to see more of them. And that's all I can say.
Well, sometimes the X books subtract characters as well, and that's what happens in X-Men: The Hellfire Murder. So, the last several years they've been doing these Hellfire galas every summer. And this year,
is that just to jump back real quick? Is that Moon Knight's costume for the Hellfire Gala? I don't know if it is or not, but it could be.
Yeah, that totally, that's totally his gala costume. Yeah.
Okay.
So, the former leader of the Hellfire Club, good old Sebastian, has invited all the X-Men. They're all wearing masks, and they're all getting really horny for some reason.
Well, what a weird thing to happen.
Like hornier than normal. Like
Oh my goodness.
so Cyclops in his fetish gear is dancing with Cyclops in her fetish gear.
Wow.
Cyclops and Psylocke are like, hey, yo,
Our names sound the same.
our names sound the same. Yo, want to do it? And Scott has more luck with that pickup line than I ever did. But it is a done-in-one murder mystery where it's not too much of a spoiler to say that the host of the party has been found brutally murdered. But it would be a spoiler to say what happens next. The investigation is mostly Wolverine, but you get lots of fun other character beats.
Cool.
My personal favorite pairing is Emma and Namor.
Wow.
They hooked up before back when they were all powered by the Phoenix Force.
Oh. I had forgotten about that.
But, Emma's never going to say no to some imperious sex.
Absolutely.
So this issue, another fun key X book for the week.
The Hellfire Club is another throwback to the 70s, 80s that I always kind of really liked. And this Hellfire Gala thing's kind of silly to me, but it's supposed to be silly, so that's all right. I do like the Hellfire Club. I recently read an article about people and Emma in particular, who I'm not really super fond of, but they were arguing what her accent would be.
She's from Boston.
Yeah.
But I've always imagined her having one of those fake mid-Atlantic accents, like movies from the 30s and 40s.
Yes.
So
that's what the kind of conclusion was that it should be.
Yeah. So if you've ever seen the Thin Man movies,
oh my God, I love those movies.
Yeah. I totally imagine her sounding like that.
Yeah. And that adds a lot to the character.
So this wasn't the second. This wasn't the only X book of the week. We had Uncanny, but Claremont, who introduced the Hellfire Club back in the day, also is back writing the new Gambit miniseries.
Just blows me away that Chris Claremont's back. Blows me away.
And when I say that it's like he never missed an issue, you open it up and see the text bubbles. It's like he never missed an issue.
It's amazing. It is uncanny.
The vibe of this feels exactly like 1990 Uncanny X-Men.
Yep.
This story is set right at the same time as Jim Lee's about to come onto the book. Gambit has just been introduced, rescuing the briefly turned into a child Storm from Nanny and the Orphan Maker, and they traveled around, became thieves for a while. Yeah. So this is after the X-Men were in the Outback, but before you have the two teams of like the blue and the gold.
Yeah.
So Gambit's dropping Storm back off with the team, and then it's mostly Gambit doing Thieves Guild type Gambit stuff. Claremont has come back to this well many times over the years, but who has more of a claim on the character of Gambit than Claremont at
Oh,
this point.
absolutely. Absolutely. And this is all the stuff that I really love most about Gambit. Is that I don't think there was ever enough. He was just kind of a mysterious guy that showed up. I wanted more and more and more and more. And at the time, there wasn't a whole lot more. But
So we flip to the staple. We're not allowed to flip past the staple.
right.
But we have who should have always been Gambit's arch enemy showing up, Bullseye.
And that just makes perfect sense.
You throw trading cards, I throw trading cards. It's perfect. The battle between Gambit and Bullseye is something that we should have seen 30 times
Oh,
before.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's definitely the part of the book that I was entertained the most by. It is fun seeing somebody that entertains Bullseye, that he feels is a challenge worthy of him.
Very rare that happens.
So yeah, as a Daredevil guy, I was all over this book.
Cool. I did not pick that up, and I'm going to now.
I picked it up for a specific cover that was not an incentive, and I had to guarantee that it wasn't an incentive. I had to make sure it wasn't. Here, I'll show you. I think, let me go ahead and also switch to the top down as well so people can see it. Go there. This
Oh yeah, the foil.
Foil variant.
Yeah, no, that was a great cover. And everything just has that great glow to
that
it.
That is good. That makes it, that fits perfectly. His eyes are glowing. I'm in the right light. The cards are glowing. That's really cool. All right.
So yeah,
fantastic.
I had to pick up this cover.
Nice. Is it a wraparound or just the front?
I am too scared to open it. But I think it's just
Fair
the front.
enough. We'll figure it out later. Jeremy, hit a couple more. I've only got a few more to talk about.
Then we're going to do a couple quick.
Speed round.
Giant robot Hellboy returns. So this is a two-parter where the giant robot with the mind of Hellboy that is sunk at the bottom of an ocean winds up having to be rescued by scientists to fight a giant monster.
Makes perfect sense.
It's just science. Bad Thoughts by Andy Parks. A covert wetworks team led by a guy with mild psychic powers. He can basically read your bad thoughts.
Okay. What issue is this?
This is just issue 2 so
Okay,
far. It's still a lot of setup, but he's in over his head when he becomes the suspect in the slaying of his team. Dread the Hall H, just like last year.
Yep.
Right in time for the San Diego Comic-Con. Shout out to my boy Dion. This is a series of goofy short stories all set, at the San Diego Comic-Con. It's fun. It's goofy.
I really like the second story in this one where it's like, you want exclusive? Here's exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was really fun.
I haven't read that. I just flipped through it. I'll have to read that.
Also, we have a question from Rudy.
Hey, Rudy.
Do y'all have the art germ cover of Gambit?
I think now we just have the cover A's, but we can go back and double check.
Absolutely.
Detective Comics continues this just amazing story. That's the team up with Bruce, Dinah, and Ollie. You see a version of Batman in here earlier in his career, when he smiles, when he works with other people and isn't a deranged sociopath, when he takes off his mask to interact with folks. And seeing this early version of Batman before...
Oh, that panel right there on the very top where it's the 4 of them, their symbols.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
their little squad. There's so much great in this book. I don't like a Batman that is too Frank Miller to up.
I was literally going to say, so this is before Frank Miller.
Yeah. I like a Batman he's the world's greatest detective. He has a giant dinosaur in his man cave. But most importantly, he's somebody who has built a found family of other victims of violence, trying to make sure that nobody ever gets hurt again. And that's a lot of what's going on in the story.
They're doing so good in this run of Detective right now. It does that exactly perfectly.
Yeah, the three of
this
them,
is really
as a retcon, teamed up with a young hero that they met when they were all rookies, and he's tragically died. We find out how in this issue, but they're trying to rescue his daughter and keep his daughter from the same evil society that he managed to break away
Yeah.
from. Having a Batman motivated by his humanity rather than a grrr is such an improvement for me personally.
Well, it's if I could interject in just a second,
Yeah.
on these kind of stories, and both Jeremy and I we're old heads, and I often worry that at least I come across as this is not like it was when I liked it. I don't want you guys thinking that, because I almost said, yeah, this is like how they all used to be, so good. I don't mean that the stuff today isn't good, because it's wonderful, it's incredible, just like it
Yeah.
always has been. I do have a certain fondness for those kind of stories, the team ups particularly. I love. That's why I love this run right now. That's why I love World's Finest. It's just good superheroes working together for a damn good adventure.
If Batman's the smartest person on the planet, then he knows you have to work together with people and not be a jerk.
Right.
And it's just basic teamwork skills.
Yeah.
But your normal Justice League Batman doesn't seem to have anymore.
Yeah. If he'll just show up and say, "You gotta do that."
This week's issue of Flash, since it's 110 degrees outside, I had kind of mixed feelings reading a Heatwave issue. Wally has post KO, basically his brain now works at super speed, and he's figured out he thinks anyway, how to accommodate for all the variables and use his speed to make sure that everybody is safe at all the time, and nobody's in danger anymore.
Small reminder that after DCKO, there were a lot of power switch ups. So that seems like a weird thing for Flash to be doing, but that's why.
He's gotten to the point where he's doing strange, like almost pranks, just to keep himself entertained, where he knows that Captain Boomerang is going to be breaking into this bank. So he's basically booby-trapped like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone as a way to entertain himself while making sure that nobody actually gets hurt. So, fun, light read.
Also, the reason why he's doing that is because in the issues prior, there was a challenge for how quick you can get the Flash to save them, and
yeah.
So I'm sure he's just like, fudge, we save everybody.
Godzilla also went to Comic-Con this week and has even sillier adventures. My personal favorite is the one here where all the characters are in cosplay as various kaiju. The Mothra costume is especially adorable.
Oh.
Look at this art. This is great. This is really fun.
Yeah.
The old Archie.
It very much has that sort of Dan DeCarlo look to it that, just makes it timeless.
As much as I want to say these books are silly, they've all been really super fun. My only beef is that the Godzilla versus Texas didn't have enough Houston in it.
Yeah, that's also my only beef, but it's okay.
We're going to hit a couple of more real quick rapid fires. So Void Rivals. I am going to break an official policy. We're going to go past the staple.
Oh.
We're going to go, in fact, to the last page.
Oh,
Jeremy?
I'm drunk with power.
Oh, no.
I'm just drunk.
This is something that people need to know. I told Rob, he was not impressed. This issue of Void Rivals features the Energon Universe return.
Tomax and Zaymot?
Rom the Space Knight.
You're kidding me. Now, I did not know this.
Rom the Space Knight.
How did they got Rom?
So,
I'm confused.
Rimco Toys, who produced Rom the Space Knight back in the 80s,
No.
was sold to a company that was sold to a company that was sold to Hasbro. So Hasbro owns the rights to Rom, and now Rom the Space Knight via Void Rivals is being tied into G.I. Joe Transformers the same way that Mask has been done, the same way that So many other.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing. I didn't know that. I'm kind of ashamed that I didn't
Yeah.
know this was coming up, and it also explains why Marvel, about maybe this time last year, were pushing out a bunch of ROM stuff. So maybe that was
Yeah,
our last chance.
They were putting it out while we still had the rights.
Yeah.
Because now the reprint rights have gone to Skybound.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Um,
awesome. Hooray! 2 big thumbs up for ROM.
Rom the Space Knight, for those of you that don't know,
Hang on, I'm gonna
Um,
see if I can find an image of him.
it was probably the longest running comic based on a toy line that didn't have like movies or TV or anything for it. The toy was just a single action figure, and it was pretty lame looking. But the comic fleshed it out, gave it a backstory, the same way that Bob Budansky was able to do for Transformers. He created a whole mythology for it. Where
It's gonna pop up on the screen right here.
bam, that's Rom.
Now I'm gonna do what they call in the biz a boomerang, and correct me if I'm wrong, but ROM is where the Brood came from.
A lot of different sci-fi stuff from Marvel started off in ROM. It was heavily tied to the X-Men via the Brood. His main villains were these aliens called the Dire Wraiths.
Oh yeah, the Dire Wraiths, of course.
Who popped up in a whole mess of stuff.
Yeah.
But also the book co-starred Rick Jones. Rick Jones, you might remember in the comics, he was the kid that Bruce Banner saved from the Gamma Bomb explosion, causing him to become the Hulk. Rick Jones later sidekicked for Captain America, where Steve made him dress up like Bucky and called him Bucky.
That's healthy.
Yeah, less said about that, the better. But then he left that and sidekicked for Captain Marvel for a while until he died of cancer.
Oh yeah. That's a big story. That was a big deal.
And then he kicked for ROM, and then later came back into the Hulk books and was a huge part of the decade that Peter David wrote that series. Only to come back again in Peter David's Captain Marvel series starring Gina Spell. So I'm a sucker for ROM. It's mind-blowing to see him in the book.
No, did you know that was going to happen, or did you turn that page and just flip your lid?
I turned that page and flipped my lid.
That's amazing. I love moments like that. Oh, that makes me really happy for you, Jeremy.
A book that was exactly what I expected, though, was Solomon Kane. Solomon Kane, Solomon Kane was created by Robert E. Howard.
Okay.
The Conan guy.
Yeah.
He is a Puritan with a sword and a staff from magical ancient Atlantis, running around having adventures. He's a really brutal Puritan who likes to stab people through the chest. This is a book where he has gone to India and has found himself involved in a battle of secession. It is a fairly straight action adventure book. You don't need to know anything going into it. Patrick Zurcher's artwork in here is some of the best stuff he's ever drawn. Big fan of the visuals of this series.
Cool. And Solomon Kane showed up last year. Was he involved in the Conan crossover book that was going on? It was I can't remember what the name of it was called. If it wasn't him, it was another character that looked a lot like him.
That I don't remember.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. What else you got in your stack?
I got some DC ones and then another special one I want to talk about a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Justice League Unlimited. I mentioned good superhero teams books, and this is one of them. I love this book. Everything.
I didn't get a chance to read this. This one, Justice League Unlimited, always falls by the wayside for me, and it's not on purpose. It's just I have so many other DC books that I want to read.
I'm enjoying the friction between everyone's different POVs in this book.
Yeah.
Everyone's acting very in character, and Mark Waid is writing it. Nobody knows these characters better than him.
Absolutely.
And so everyone is acting appropriately. But when you're
Dan Mora,
when Lex Luthor is your roommate,
I should pick it up because of Dan Mora.
you're going to have some problems.
Yeah, it does heavily lean on the fact that Lex Luthor is part of the League now, and it's leading into some other things that are coming up.
And of course, Guy Gardner is there. He just needs. He should have ended with a DCKO. He should have just been gone.
Oh, you mean the one true Green Lantern, Guy Gardner?
We're gonna have a fist fight. Adriana's gonna come over here and knock both of us out.
It'll be one punch, just like Batman and Guy Gardner.
Yeah, I can picture that in my mind. How much his face was mooshed in.
Rudy also has a comment saying Rom coming into the Energon universe will be great. Also, Turok and Solar Robot Fighter is said to be going into that universe.
That's awesome. I hadn't heard that, dude.
Everything old is new again. That makes me happy. I love that. This has got the Brood Queen in it. I thought that was a great character from a lot of the stories
Is
a
the
couple years
Brood
ago.
just coming on?
Not the Brood Queen. I meant to say Brainiac Queen. I'm very
Brainiac.
sleepy. This is really a good storyline, and it's just a fun. And again, just another big slobber knocker. And has a preview at the end. Speaking of Lex and Batman, they're doing a book coming up, Justice League Night Vision Special.
I see they did there.
Uh-huh.
That's a very clever play on words.
Yes, absolutely. See, they spelled no. It's this part. This is really a cool book, and it's really giving me a lot of fun. I enjoy it a whole bunch, and I love it, and I love a good Despero story. This is a particularly brutal version of Despero. Love it. And then we've got Adriana. I want to hear your ideas on some of these because, as you know, it's time for our Superman.
It's our favorite boy. It's
Here he
prime time.
I picked up this cover because I like it. It's cute. I like his little.
I like how angry Crypto is at
Yeah,
him.
Angry just hates this guy.
Hold on, let me
This is
show you the
me.
cover.
This is me, and that's him.
You're not the right one.
Yep, this is the regular cover.
Oh, Manchester Black.
Yep, the big fight with Manchester Black is here.
Yes, I got the regular cover A for this one just because I was like, I need to read this in its full, And I'm glad I did pick up cover A because of what happens in the story.
This is a really fun sequel to what is it? Action Comics 775. What's so funny about Truth, Justice, and the American Way? That was the story where Superman had the big face off with Manchester Black.
Yeah.
And
oh wow,
Manchester Black is a telepath who was able to possess people, take them over, and he was mocking Superman, being like, "What you gonna do? You can't stop me. No prison can hold me." He's like, "I don't need to stop you. I already did. What are you talking about?" Microscopic vision to look inside your brain, heat vision to cauterize out the part of your brain that gave you your telepathic powers. You're just a normal dude now. It was one of the greatest defeats of a villain I've ever seen. Superman using his wits and not his muscles.
Yes, exactly. His brain power instead of just this.
Rudy, to answer your question, I don't just pick up Nightwing covers. I also pick up Superboy Prime covers.
Superboy Prime too, absolutely. This book, I am famously disgusted by Superboy Prime, and
as we're supposed to be.
Exactly.
As we're supposed
He's a
to
heel,
be, but we're not.
Shame on DC. Shame on DC for making me have the feels for this idiot, because I love this guy now, and it's such a good character. They don't make him good. They don't have him. I'm a good guy now. All that kind of silly nonsense. They just play him as he is, and he explains it. It's so fun and really well done.
He even addresses that people don't like him.
Yeah,
and it's like this whole panel here. It just shows everything that's been going on in the past, future, going on now, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, it is very much a meta commentary on the last several years, last generation of DC books. But I enjoy that you can do that with this character. This character is tailor-made for that, considering that Superboy Prime came out of a comic book.
Yeah, I think a lot of people say it's supposed to be from our actual world.
So there used to be a book called DC Comics Presents, and it was a team-up book where every month Superman teamed up with a different character. It's also where we got the first comic book appearance of He-Man back in the early 80s.
Damn, I had forgotten that.
During Crisis on Infinite Earths, that book was scheduled for cancellation, along with a whole bunch of other pre-crisis books. So the final issue of DC Comics Presents introduces this boy, John Kent, who lived on a Earth that had been previously established in the Infinite Earths that was our Earth. It was the Earth that DC Comics are published in.
Right.
They'd even done a Justice League crossover one year where the writers crossed over into the Justice League. So Elliot S. Megan was teaming up with Superman. It was weird. But
it is weird. But this character is weird. Here's a scene from his comic book shop that he works in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Jonathan Kent was
And
just a kid
They're
named
reading the
yeah.
comic book that we're reading right now.
And
Yeah.
it's so fun.
It is.
I love
But
it.
you were
yeah,
you were
well,
saying-
he was just a dude with like his parents had given him a name that got him beaten up at school. He didn't have any superpowers. It was just like oh, Clark Kent, where's Batman? But he didn't have any powers until Crisis on Infinite Earths happened. His powers kicked in the same time his Earth got destroyed.
Yeah.
And so he was always meant as sort of a meta commentary character. And yeah, this issue especially does a good job of doing
part
that.
of it. I love that part of it. It leads directly into Superman Action Comics, the 1100th issue timeline wise, and it just continues that story. And there's big stuff that happens in this
Oh
book.
man,
Yeah.
there's something huge that happens in this.
This one I don't think is getting enough talk because this is genuinely an important issue. For any of you Superman readers out there, get back on board because this stuff is really, really, really
Hey,
good.
Matt, I'll
A
trade you covers
major
'cause
thing happens.
I got the Mark Spears cover, and as much as I like the Mark Spears cover, Jeremy almost ruined it. Well, it did ruin it for me. He looks
Sorry.
like John Cena.
Look, John Cena sucks. So yeah, action is great. Another book that was great this week is Teenie Howard's new book from Ignition, Sicko. This is a book about a former medical student who suffers from chronic illness. She's wasting away and dying. No one can figure out why. But she's found a way to weaponize her illness and basically she's like a super disease spreader who can here
Oh,
she
that's
is.
yucky.
Yeah, the book is gross.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stop turning page after page. As somebody who has dealt with a lot of chronic illness in my time, there's there is a mentality that somebody who has had to endure this gets, a way that they have of looking at the world and interacting with people. And Teenie Howard did a fantastic job of nailing that. Valentine, the main character, she reminds me of people that I have known.
I wonder if there's some history there.
Yeah,
That would be an interesting look.
yeah. The book is gross as hell. Do not get me wrong, but I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Another book that I enjoyed: Kaiju versus Cowboys.
It's the
Fantastic
first issue.
issue.
Oh, it's fantastic, it says.
So this comic tells you everything that you need on the first page. Threat detected. Sector 5331. Threat designation. It's a Class A kaiju.
Class A.
Preparations.
As opposed to Class B.
Oh yeah, that's how you know it's a bad one.
Yeah.
The sector habitat is under construction, but its defenses are suboptimal.
Uh-oh.
What's the conclusion? The hunter asset is required. So dispatch the hunter. That's all we need. This place is being attacked by a kaiju, so they send the hunter to fight the kaiju. The story is incredibly simple, but the simplicity is what makes it work. This dude here, this is a maintenance bot who hopes for something better out of their automated existence. And when he sees the robot cowboy that shows up to battle the robot kaiju, he's like, I want to be your sidekick.
Uh-huh.
This book
I can dig it.
is silly. It reads like an Adult Swim cartoon, and I was here for that.
I like that. Okay. Okay.
A book I didn't super care for
Yeah.
was Lipstick Klika.
This missed the mark for me too.
Yeah, this sounded like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And it was a little bit disappointing.
The book just, to me, tried too hard. So this is part of their no capes, no tights, ex-posse universe. The gimmick is it's a bunch of cholas who are vampires, like picking fights with other supernatural gangs in South Central Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
It's something that I think would be a good poster, but maybe isn't that great of a comic. What was a great comic?
This was my pick of the week.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. This is so good. My goodness, I've been a Swamp Thing fan since I was since shortly after I read those other books I was talking about. And I read these books way before I should have been reading these books.
Same.
So looking at this, it's perfect DC Magic Universe stuff, and I love it. It's got a lot of fan service in it, which I'm a sucker for every time. John Constantine's in it. It's just amazing. And
Tom Mandrake's art has always been fantastic.
Yeah.
But he knew that he was putting the final touches on the Alan Moore era of Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
He was drawing the conclusion to the story that started with Anatomy Lesson and played out all through the 80s.
It makes that's a real that is real bittersweet for me. I loved this. I loved every second of it, but it made me really sad because I miss all that stuff.
Yeah, and this is very much, don't get me wrong, this is an ending. This is we can now put the book on the shelf and say Swamp Thing is done.
Yep.
There's cool Swamp Thing stories after this, but none that are essential.
Yeah, exactly. Still a neat character, but the best is already done.
All right, so I've only got a couple left.
Sure.
So real quick, rapid fire. Star Trek Red Shirts, Ghost of the 21st Century. I am of two minds of this book. It's very well executed, but I don't like grim Star Trek. I read Star Trek for hope and optimism.
I get that. I totally get that 100%. Not in the same way.
So we are seeing a dark period in Starfleet history. There is a young red shirt cadet who was basically press ganged into service for the Federation. He's in a prison cell and told, hey, you can either stay in space prison or enlist. So he enlists.
Just like real life.
Yeah, just like in real life. But he discovers a conspiracy about the seedy underbelly of Starfleet, a Sector Null, not to be confused with Section 31. Perhaps this is a predecessor, but they are somehow involved in just the worst stuff with the Romulans. And they're even going so far as to smuggle contraband in the corpses of dead Starfleet cadets.
Jeez.
So this story is darker than I want out of Star Trek.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that by the end of it, shining a light on what's going on will bring Starfleet out of this into a version more in line with what I want out of the Star Trek.
Okay.
So then I've got two left. I'm going to do the Universal Monsters, Blood of the Wolfman.
I've been really pleased with all of these Universal Monster books so far.
Yeah. This one, the main kid, the eponymous Wolfman, knows that something is wrong. He knows that his dad is lying to him about the blackouts or the blood that has to be scrubbed on the carpet. But this issue is largely him coming to terms with the fact that he is a monster and whatever familial tradition caused this to happen.
Okay.
Another great issue. Go ahead and hit me with that one.
Okay, this is a cool book that came up that kind of snuck up on us a little bit. This is issue number 1 of Terminal, the new Capes and Spandex book from the team of Robert Kirkman and Joe Casey.
And Adam Kubrick's doing the art.
artwork. So obviously, this is incredible. I loved it from beginning to end. It's a real throwback. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
It's a real throwback book. Go ahead and talk about that a little, Jeremy.
Well, to me, it didn't feel like a Kirkman book as much as it felt like a Joe Casey book. There's a lot of his Wildcats DNA in this for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, you see Kirkman's touches with the gore, with the violence, with, well, frankly, some of the comedy. But the sci-fi-ness, the scale, the politics, all of that screams Joe Casey to me.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
So what's the setup on this one for everybody?
A character that we don't know is put into a situation that's very odd and bizarre. This is not a world where capes and heroes and everybody flies around all the time. So she's witness to a very shocking and violent event, which leads to another shocking event, which leads to a third gigantic shocking event. The onion is just started to peel back on what the world is not the way she thought it was.
The nearest comparison I have is the first issue of The Authority. That's what this kind
Yep.
of feels like
Yeah.
to me. This could have been a late '90s, early 2000s Wildstorm book.
Agreed. Agreed 100%. And that's why I like it. I don't love it because I've seen a lot of this kind of thing before. Had there were even touches of Rising what was it
Rising Stars
Yeah.
from Straczynski.
Yeah, some of that in there, but it was done really well, and I did like the play between the characters. It's a cool team. It's a cool idea. Some really neat original new uh, character designs. I'd love to see where this is going. This is super red hot right now. In fact, I think this is the only issue that we have. It's going on the shelf later today.
Yeah.
I'm half tempted. Just
It's a
I've
lot of fun.
fear.
It's dark.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that this book is going to, be reprinted at least 5 or 6
Yeah.
times. But I would still make sure to pick up a copy as soon as you can, because you're going to want to read this before issue 2 comes out. I have a suspicion that, considering how much the status quo changed throughout issue 1, that's going to continue throughout issue
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And I think there's still a bunch of shoes to drop.
Yeah, this knocked the one out of me a couple times during just this first issue. So it's definitely worth checking out. I loved it. I think it's going nowhere but up.
And I saved my favorite for last, Odin, not just because we're Odin's place, but because, dear Lord, this book is insane. Odin issue 3 continues the story of an investigative journalist who embedded herself with a bunch of white supremacists, and then they all blacked out, lost time, apparently committed cannibalism, and woke an ancient god. Now stranded, in Arctic temperatures without even shoes on their feet, they're trying to figure out what next. The cultists are a mix of true believers and just racists who are in it for a good time. And we start seeing they're not just turning on each other, although that is an aspect of it, but we're starting to see that some of the characters have their own secrets, not just the journalist, but the mysterious guy who's the leader of the cult. They're starting to question how he seems to know everything that he knows.
I have to get caught up on this.
Yeah, this book is just gnarly. I like weird horror stuff, and James Tynion excels at that.
He absolutely does. He's a
So
master of that. That is his playground.
yeah, I like a book that makes me feel uncomfortable, and this book is, very much making me
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
What was the one that he did with the serial killer?
Oh, The Deviant, the one about Santa Claus.
That was hard reading. I loved it.
So good. And it's collected into 2 trade paperbacks.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff this week.
Absolutely, really. So we got one more week to go this month, but that's it. Next week, 5 of 5. It should be a good one, as it always is.
But in addition to comics, we got a bunch of stuff going on this weekend too.
Yeah. Adriana.
So this weekend we have a couple of release events. One being GDO5 for Gundam. We have boxes to sell tomorrow, and we're also going to do a special stream, which we hope you tune in tomorrow. And we're going to have a couple of our Gundam close Gundam players and people of the community are going to come and open up their boxes here on film.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're really excited
excited
to
about
host
that.
them. Really excited to have them, and we're really appreciative that they came. Not short notice. It's like they knew they were already going to buy the boxes. Just now we get a chance to see what they're buying or what they're getting. Next up is one of my personal favorites. We have the Riftbound Vendetta pre-Rift event. Now, we have 2 time slots for that. We have one tomorrow in the evening. It's going to be our very first one, not our very first pre-Rift, but our very first one for the set, happening at 6 p.m. all the way till we close. And then we'll have one on Sunday at 12 p.m. Usually that lasts up until, again, 6 p.m. to around 4, depending on how many players we get.
Come
It's a
on
lot
down.
of
We'd
fun.
love you all to see it.
Yeah.
These are so fun. The bigger, the better.
Yeah,
We got
these
plenty. So come on down.
these cards are beautiful, by the way. Beautiful.
Yeah, this is by far the prettiest set, I think. I'm a little partial. I just kind of love this one a little more than the others, but it's really fun, really cool.
Well, sounds like a hopping weekend down here at Odin's place.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for listening in with us, Rudy. As always, it's good to hear from you, buddy.
Yeah.
Hope to see you soon.
Yeah, it's been a while since we heard from Rudy. Thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in, Rudy.
Adriana, you got anything else to add?
Just stop on by for the Tabletop Tavern. We got a lot of summer
Oh,
specials.
yeah.
We got the lemonade,
Mm.
pop rocks, popping boba. Right now the tavern is peak with all the stuff that they've
It is
added
really
for
cool.
summer.
And it has its own events every weekend, including including tonight.
Oh, that's right. We have a trivia night
Yeah,
tonight. We
Geeks
have
Who
trivia-
Drink.
Geeks Who Drink
Oh,
trivia.
yeah, come in early. This place, they're people are coming in the door and going out the window. It's a blast. Absolute fun.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everybody. I'm sorry, were you saying something,
No,
Adriana?
I was gonna say we hope you tune in for the next one.
Yeah.
Well, until then, I've been Jeremy,
And I've been Matt.
And I'm Adriana.
and that's what we've been reading.